Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the CEV Champions League. We have got a fun and exciting matchup today. It's going to be SC Prometey DNIPRO of Ukraine taking on Eczacibasi Dynavit Istanbul of Turkey. My name's Key Michael, and as always, I am so excited to be your host for today. We are just out of pool play. We have moved into the playoff round between the sixth best placed teams after the first 5 of each pool has moved on automatically to the quarterfinal. Well, the friends, the teammates getting off the bus, all smiles. Everyone giving a helping hand to each other. Would love to see it. That's teamwork at its best. But this is a knockout round. 1 match home, 1 away for these players. Pressure is on. Both these teams arrived to the sports hall Mioveni just moments ago. It's going to be the first meeting of these two teams. And it's also the first time Eczacibasi will meet a side from the Ukraine.
Good evening, mister. After 1 year in Romania Champions League, what expectation do you have from this match?
So first of all, we would like to thank to Romania for this great organization in these difficult days for Ukraine nation. So we are really prepared for this match. We would like to have the best result possible here. This is an away game for us, so we would like to have the best advantage at home.
Are you the big favorite from this double match?
So we are very respectful for Team Prometey because they played fantastic matches at the group stage. So of course we would like to win here. We came to win this match in Romania, so we are going to try our best for having best result possible. Thank you.
Good evening, mister. How are you and your team before a match like this against the best team in the world?
Okay, the first we are very happy that we have chance to play in this phase in the Champions League, also to play the team against the team like Eczacibasi. For us, this game to be big experience. We try to show in the best face against them, and we will see.
Thank you.
Well, there you go. A couple of words from both the coach of each teams beforehand, Ferhat Akbaş. Speaking about the respect he has for the team, he's head coach of this squad right here, Eczacibasi, which is one of the best in the world, has been for many years. But Romania hosting this match as all of the chaos happening in Ukraine, and a lot of respect for the country. Head coach Ivan Petkov on the other side, happy to play and looking forward to the experience for these players as they go head to head. Eczacibasi looking pretty relaxed, I have to say, in their locker room. This is always one of the most fun parts, to see the players and how they prepare, because as a player it really can change from match to match, locker room to locker room. Again, this is a knockout round. The Ukrainian side has participated in 4 competitions, no titles yet. But the Turkish side has been involved 21 times in different iterations of Champions League, winning 3 titles. So a lot on the line here for both teams, but in different ways. They're playing their home matches in Romania, as we mentioned, but they've never faced a Turkish side before this doubleheader. They just secured their place in this phase of the competition after winning 3-1 against Alba Blaj. There are the captains. One face you might recognize if you're following international volleyball, one of the best opposites in the world. Well, the signing and all things taking place. Last season's runners-up, Eczacibasi, have lost only 13 of their 57 matches in this premium competition. But each of those losses came either against a Turkish or Italian team, so never lost yet to a side from Ukraine. They are facing a side that's never qualified for the playoffs prior to this season, and that means the Turkish powerhouse will be the favorite here against the Ukrainian team. It's SC Prometey DNIPRO taking on Eczacibasi Dynavit Istanbul here in Romania. Well, Eczacibasi will be looking to rekindle their rivalry with Savino Del Bene Scandici if they progress from this round, and they're going to rely pretty heavily on that player you just saw there signing, Tijana Boskovic, the Serbian superstar. She's certainly the player with the largest number of points scored so far for the Turkish side in this competition. She had 119, putting up 169 on the board last season. You can see there the crowd from Turkey have made the trip over here to root on their favorite players. Of course, there was that match between Vakifbank and Sheshov just recently. That's a 3-0 result on the board for Turkish team Vakifbank. Istanbul Eczacibasi taking on Dnipro today, and then later on Stuttgart and Potsdam, the German rivalry. They're going to be going head-to-head to look for that third spot. So there are 6 teams playing off, 3 spots up for grabs. SC Prometey Dnipro, they have reached beyond the group stage for the first time in the Women's CEV Champions League. And they're making history already as the first Ukrainian side to do so. This Ukrainian squad have been blossoming throughout the competition. They've finished second in their group, winning 3 times, losing 3 matches as well. But they won 3 of their last 4 matches after they started the competition a little bit rocky with 2 0-3 defeats. Dnipro, they've won the first set in only 4 of their 18 Champions League group stage matches. 3 of those were in 3 victories this season. Eczacibasi, well, they finished second in their group, but behind, as mentioned, Savino Del Bene Scandici. They had a 4-2 win-loss record so far. And this team from Istanbul were runners-up in the 2023 Champions League. So interestingly, 2 of the last 3 editions of the Champions League were won by the team that finished as runners-up the season before. That happened for Conegliano in 2021 and for Vakifbank in 2022. So let's see if it's lucky here for Eczacibasi as well. On Dnipro's side, well, they have a few pretty big guns on their side. Marta Dirpa currently has 99 points in the competition. She's the leading scorer for her side. She's already outscored the top scorer of last season, who was Alexandra Milenko. Bojana Milenkovic also relied on heavily for her offense, as well as her heavy serving arm. She's going to be going head-to-head with her Serbian national teammates across the net. One of them right there. Svetlana Dorsman as well, 10 blocks in the last match. She's going to really need to bring that stability at the net as they go up against a much stronger opponent today. Eczacibasi has had success in the past editions, as well as that runners-up. Last year they won the Champions League. In 2015 they were Eczacibasi Vitra Istanbul at that time. That was when they beat Unendo Yamamai Bustor Sitio 3-0 in the final that year, and that match may have been 10 years ago. But I have to say, it feels like just yesterday has a special place in my own heart. Yes, I know, as commentator, former player myself, just happened to be on that Busto side of the net and have a silver medal somewhere in my closet to show for it. But Eczacibasi had the likes of Jordan Larson of the USA. They had Betty De La Cruz of the Dominican Republic wearing that orange jersey that season. And they've been looking to replay that success ever since. They've had some pretty famous faces come through the ranks. Kim Young-hoon of South Korea, Thaisa of Brazil have come through the doors of this historic club. And still some of the best players in the world continue to call it home. Of course, this season, none more famous than Tijana Boskovic. We already mentioned she's Serbia's superstar. Opposite, she's an Olympic silver and bronze medalist. And she's going to be leading the team in points so far. That's a repeat of her performance from last year that ended with 169 points. Well, the firepower doesn't stop there. As you can see, Alexa Gray of Canada has been making an impact. Impressive from the pipe as well as in the front row. And on Prometey's side, 2 names to keep in mind. Milenkovic, big server for that side, but plenty of firepower to go up against Eczacibasi today.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sports Hall in Mioven for the European Confederation Volleyball Champions League 2024. The playoff round, the match between Prometey, DNIPRO, Ukraine and Eczacibasi Dynavit ISTANBUL, Turkey. Please stand up for the Champions League anthem. Vă rugăm, ridicați-vă pentru imnul Ligii Campionilor.
Well, it's always a pleasure. Gives me goosebumps to this day to hear that anthem played. And for all those players down there, it is an absolute honor to take part in the most prestigious competition throughout Europe. That is the CEV Champions League. And we are about to get underway with this match. All of the festivities aside, all of the formalities as well, as these two teams know what's on the line. 2 more wins. Each of these teams need to go on to the next round. 5 teams already advanced. Those are Vero Volley, Milano, Savino del Beni, Scandici, Emiliano, all of them from Italy, and as well Ruch of Poland and Fenerbahce of Turkey. Here we are then. These are our referees for today. Tudor Pop of Romania and Konstantin Jovcev of Bulgaria.
With the Turkish lineup. First 6.
Here we go then, starting 6 for Eczacibasi.
Diana Boskovic. Number 9, Alexa Krey. Number 12, Elif Shahin. Number 15, Jovana Stefanovic. Number 18, Irina Voronkova. Number 88, Sinead Jack Kisal. And the first libero, Simge Akız. Head coach for Eczacibasi Dynavit ISTANBUL, Ferhat Akbaş.
Well, there you go. No surprises in that lineup. Strength in numbers.
Number 2, Diana Mielushkina. Number 5, Melissa Bukman. Number 7, Svetlana Dorfman. Number 11, Bojana Milenkovic. Number 14, Daria Sharhorodska. Number 21, Marta Drupa. And the first libero, Kristina Niemceva. Head coach, Ivan Petkov.
That is quite a lineup on both sides, just as a confirmation of that one. Jackie Sal and Stefanovic are going through the middle. Alexa Gray will be on the outside, as well as Irina Voronkova. And no surprise there that Diana Boskovic gets the nod from her coach Ferhat Akbaş in his 3rd season with the team. On the other side, there's the lineup that Ivan Petkov has put out for us. One of the names I'm going to watch out for, Bojana Milenkovic, and her impressive arm. Petkov is in his 4th season, also head coach of Ukraine since 2022. He was head coach of Bulgaria before that. Both these coaches with a whole lot of experience under their belts, ready to try and relay that to their players as they head out on court, ready for a big match ahead of them. Wherever you're watching from, I hope that you're enjoying this presentation of Champions League. The most elite competition in Europe. It does not get better than this. Highest level of volleyball coming your way. Here we go then, set number 1 as Prometey of Ukraine taking on Eczacibasi Dynavit of Istanbul, first point. There's a cheeky one right behind the blockers. Sahin establishing her middle right off the bat. A quick little tip. Two blockers up in a good position, but that is a great start for Eczacibasi, who's going to look to establish their dominance early. And it's an ace serve out of Stefanovic, the middle blocker, 31-year-old. Serbian back to serve, barely any float at all. Any spin on that, just pure float. Drops it in the same spot for two aces in a row. The Serbian middle blocker making a statement out the gate. Dropping ball just in front of the receiver. 3-0 lead for the Turkish. A bit deeper with that serve, gets off the net. For Prometey, a deep swing into the corner, gets a stabbing defense, and that's a point on the board. For the Marta Durba, the 34-year-old Serbian opposite, taking some heavy load for her team. Speaking of Serbians, Bojana Milenkovic, 26-year-old outside hitter, back to serve. Great swing on the outside. Alexa Gray gets involved. 29-year-old out of Canada, played for Conegliano last season. Goes high and deep over the hands, just missing the block, finds the floor instead. Liv Shahin, 22-year-old setter. Tough serve. Again, Prometey having to do some cleanup. And it's the blockers in a good spot there. Sinead Jackie Sal, 30-year-old middle blocker out of Trinidad and Tobago. Drops it into the hands, and it's just not enough power to get past them. Ball's off the net again. Prometey into the hands. Oh, great pickup. Excellent save. Recycled again. Just a little thumbs up on the side there from Akbar to his team. That was an impressive pickup off the block, that first diving defense. Looks like we might have a challenge on our hands, the first of its kind. Point's been given, I believe, to Prometey. Some looks of confusion. There it is, looking for a net touch, in fact. Coming down off the block there. I don't see a net touch, neither do the referees, so on we go. Akbash looking for something there. Nothing given, so on they go. Challenge lost. Prometey, the serve. Diana Meliushkia. Alexa Gray bringing all that experience to the table. Played in Busto and Scandici and Casamajore before that, South Korea, and is now doing some damage for Eczacibasi. Great serve, gets the Turkish side in a good position. Lefty comes firing in. Well, we knew it wouldn't be long till we'd start saying that name. Tijana Boskovic, the 26-year-old Serbian opposite, going inside the blockers, and she's got that advantage of the left-hand swing. Her shoulder is way inside the block. 7-2 lead. Strong serve out of Gray. And a clever move on the outside. That's something that Prometey is going to have to find more of. They're certainly going to be unlikely to beat this block with just power. Jackie Sal with a great reach there, but that's the way to beat a strong block. Just pop it over with some finesse. Pick up on the Ukrainian side. Into the hands, out of bounds. That's another way to beat a big block. Pressure from the outside, forcing off the hands. See a good close there from Jackie Sala. She gets up to Boskovic. But on the outside, Bukman finds a way to use it. Oh, and an ace serve. That'll do. That is a good-looking one from the Ukrainian side. They've got a gap to catch up here. Okay, trying to get her body behind it as well, but the ball's a little bit high and floating as she's moving that platform to the right. Great step in and take on the Turkish side. Ball's off the net. Prometey swings, recycled, going again. Left down, roll to the floor. Boskovic coming in hot. Powering that over the block. A great pickup by her teammates to get that rolling. But it's a bump set to the outside, so she's not in a perfect position. Finds a way, nevertheless, to get high and deep over the ball. Sinead Jackie Sal. Great ball in. Prometey off the block. And a bit of speed this time is what beats the blockers. Dorsman, the 30-year-old Ukrainian middle blocker, opens up, gives herself plenty of space, and that ball can be just fired into that window. Bukman, 19-year-old Turkish outside hitter, will certainly know a lot of the players on the other side quite well. Swing and a recycle. Outside again. Stefanovic cleaning things up at the net. Disciplined that she didn't reach over the net, didn't touch the net. Here's that question as number 7, Dorsman, trying to do her best to get in the way of an attack by the middle on the Turkish side. Quick hit from Dorsman. Needed that bit of power and speed. Have another look how fast that ball is powered in, and looks like it dived just a little bit low for Dorsman, but she does well to cut it off early, so she's not waiting for that ball to get all the way out, not waiting for that perfect height, just gets there and cuts it off. Speaking of cutting things off, how about a little setter action on Turkey's side? Ali Shaheen been with Eczacibasi since 2020. And left-handed move there, tricky and so hard to read as well. She gets that ball early. Establishing that she's a threat early on. Prometey responding. That time swinging a bit too high, missing the block, so a free point on Eczacibasi's side. Blockers in a good position, but they're leaving that little bit of a gap. Perhaps on purpose, perhaps not closed up, but either way, no touch. Prometey finding another tip. That seems to be part of the strategy. We've seen them swinging hard off hands. And at the same time, those tips working really well, especially getting some confusion between two players on the floor. So Alexa Gray and Tiana Boskovic just looking at each other, not fully convinced whose ball that was. Excellent swing on the outside. I'm liking the distribution here between the Turkish setters. She's finding ways to use different parts of the net as well. That ball way inside, and that looked like a purposeful inside set, so Gray's able to beat the block there. Well left by Prometey. Malenkovic back at it again. Played in Alba Blaj last season. It would have been a very sweet victory recently. Before that, played in Poland, Kazakhstan, as well as Scadici in Italy. So while we've seen Prometey focus on that finesse in their contact, it looks as if Eczacibasi are going full power, and that's typical of Tijana Boskovic. She'll power away until somebody slows her down or stops her. Go to the outside, Prometey. A little bit of heat on that one. Great defense. Gray is dug. Another high outside ball, this time to the right. And off the blockers and out of bounds. Great use. Oh, that's a duper there. Finding the hands. That swing from way off the net as well. Look at where the ball is coming from. Kind of in front of her left shoulder. She has to see all the court as well as the set. Yushkin out with the serve. Quick combination play of Eczacibasi's side. And an unfortunate error. Great defense turned unforced error. I'm liking these kind of combination plays as well. You saw Gray jumping just behind the middle blocker there. Basically two quick attacks coming at the same time. And a tough serve. Quick attack from the backcourt as well. Alexa Gray gets an ace on the board. Timeout called. 10-15 is Eczacibasi in the lead.
Okay, I don't want to make you the decisive mistake, understand? And the defense and the, understand? And careful when the Bosko is fighting the okay, strong, this shot,
Excellent serve so far from Gray. Goes for another tough one. And a pickup in the back, does not stay in action. So Prometey swiftly getting Gray off the line after that first ace. Important role to play is not just scoring points at any given moment, but recognizing where the server or who the server is at any moment. Making sure you don't allow runs of points from a strong serve. Oh, runs of points are exactly what Boskovic is known for. One of the best in the game, and for good reason. That was just a nasty swing out of Boskovic. Been with Eczacibasi since 2015. His name Jackie Sal. Also played for Eczacibasi last season. Before that, Megabox in Italy. Played in Poland, Japan, Galatasaray, also in Russia. Big swing on the outside, a touch in the defense, not enough. Keeping Prometey within striking distance of this Turkish side. And the Baladin makes her way into the mix. One of the best defenders Turkey has. 26-year-old outside hitter. In for a little bit of stability in the reception. Well worked off the block. Oh, great defense. Prometey still in it. There's a tip and a recycle going high to the outside. Diving play. Well, still not done. To the outside. Big swing. That's Doug. Boskovic going for it, and eventually Prometey take a big, well-earned point. Probably the best point of the match so far. Big rallies back and forth. Prometey proving they've still got a bit of fight left in them. Still early here, just the first set. Bukman back to serve. Played in Turkey last season in Karagolari. Eczacibasi continuing to dominate the match so far, and there is an important piece of the puzzle for Elif Shaheen. She loves to use her middles, and she certainly will establish that role more and more as the match continues. Ball coming over high, quick again to the middle, an important role, like we mentioned, coming back as a free ball and out of bounds. Well watched. Excellent reactions on the Turkish side. Tunay Buki Özel watching that one fly out of bounds. Quick move, there's a block. Going again on the outside, Prometey stays on their side. Another free ball coming the way of the Turkish side, handled by Boskovic, and a quick rip from behind. Ivana Stefanovic becoming a big part of the offense. Watch how fast she gets back there. She is up early and just kind of creating a window for her setter. Timeout called.
It's QQs. It's Q. And another important moment in the serving Boskovic. There you must be clever, you must be really concentrate on the all skills, not just understand it? And, well,
the trouble about a team like Eczacibasi is there are weapons from everywhere on the court. So you might think, oh, it's easy. You just try and slow down Boskovic, which in itself is obviously not easy. But a team like Eczacibasi knows when and who to give the ball to at any moment. So there's always a threat. Last few points going the middle's way. And then, of course, Boskovic coming in with a big ace from the backcourt. Insult to injury with a powerful arm that can pretty much score from anywhere on the court. Boskovic was the MVP of the Club World Champs most recently. Looks like she's being disturbed by the lighting in the hall here in Romania. This is the home match for the Ukrainian side, but not a home gym for either of these two teams. (14) serving 20. Tough, aggressive serve, does not matter. Handled so well by Elif Shaheen. That ball just that little bit tight, but she does so well to keep it out of the net. Keeps her arms out, keeps her body from touching the net, and still feeds up an absolutely perfect ball for Irina Voronkova. Ball comes off the block, handled well. Excellent swing and a recycle play. Run down coming back. Just not enough, so a point earned by Prometey. They'll be looking to put a few more of them on the board. Daria Shadhorodska, 21-year-old Ukrainian server. Eczacibasi well and truly in control of this first set at 22-15. Ivana Stefanovic on the serve. Gets Prometey off the net, but it's a big swing behind, recycled. Going again to the big gun, almost finds the floor. And Baladin does instead. Well, Baladin didn't get the starting role for Eczacibasi here today, but she is one of the go-to attackers for the national team as well of Turkey. She was the best scorer and one of the MVPs of the World Champs under 17, or under 23, excuse me, 2017. 23-15 lead. Ball to the outside, blocked, recycled, going again. Prometey higher this time, off the hands, and another quick one to the middle. Sine Jackie Sao, best spiker in Japan in 2020, and a hugely important role to play here for Eczacibasi. Goes up full power, finds that little bit of space between the blockers and takes advantage of it. Set point for Eczacibasi. Ball's dropping, and an ace serve from Stefanovic. Well, a disappointing way to end if you're a Prometey fan, but Eczacibasi establishing their dominance from the very first point. And several ace serves later, they are looking really good for the first set. Oh, there you go. 25-15 here in the Sports Hall Mioveni between Prometey DNIPRO and Eczacibasi Istanbul. Let's have a look at the stats, shall we? 5 aces for the Turkish side, just that one for Prometey. 1 block apiece, 13 attacks to 9, and the errors even Stevens. So you're seeing where the points are being won and lost on each side. Five ace serves. That's a huge number for Eczacibasi. We knew they were going to serve tough. That's one of their go-tos. Prometey needed to pick it up. Eczacibasi coming out and doing exactly what we knew they would do. They are heavy hitting, tough serving, aggressive at the net kind of team, and they're using a lot of speed as well. What I really like about the team and how they're running things, Elif Sahin getting her role as the starting setter, and she's established all of her attackers. We've seen the outsides getting involved from the front court mostly. We haven't seen a whole lot of pipe yet. Of course, there's Boskovic being used, but I've really loved that the middles are getting their piece of the pie as well, because for the blockers on Prometey, there's just really not one player they can look at and say, let's just shut her down and we'll have a better chance in this match. No, there is a tsunami of offense coming from Eczacibasi, and that is exactly the way they like it. Second point, of course, tough serving, 5 aces, that is undeniable. Eczacibasi are showing exactly what they can do, and they have firepower, yes, but they're also switching things up between those short serves, the ones that are dropping just in front of their opponents, and the fans in the stadium absolutely loving it. I have to say, having played in this competition myself, it's something really special about playing in Champions League that you cannot recreate. Well, Eczacibasi, 1 set up. Prometey needing to find a response here now. For the first point, well, that lands to the ladies on the left in the white jerseys is Eczacibasi. Big block, and that's all starting with this top serve. They've established this aggressive serving routine. Prometey really struggling to handle it. Pipe coming through this time. Ball to the outside. Gray blocked, and it lands in the court. An impressive move by the ladies in red. 4 hands up and over. Next, the setter Szarhorodska at 182 centimeters, who gets that big block for her side. It's back to serve now, the best setter of the European Golden League in 2019. How about an ace serve? Exactly what Prometey need in this moment is more pressure from the service line. That one dropping, barely any spin on it, and getting on the libero high and hard. Goes for it again, this time short. The response is there. Eczacibasi trying to recycle this play back to Gray on the outside. A few touches in the defense, not enough. Alexa Gray, she was actually the MVP of the Italian League in 2023. She's been growing and improving year by year, the Canadian player, making a name for herself in the international competition. Short serve gets Prometey out of system again, and the blockers can capitalize nicely on that. Shaheen and Jackie closing up any airspace on the outside there for Milenkovic. Stevanovic. Great defense from Boskovic. She'll get a high ball back. And that is why. Exactly that point right there. A stabbing defense. Gets a high ball out of the backcourt and is able to just come flying in with full power and make that score. An excellent transition play by Eczacibasi. Boskovic just showing off at this point. Quick ball through the middle. Good for Prometey to get that going, and it's a little bit late, but better late than never. They haven't had great reception yet, been able to use it, but the feeling Prometey is going to start forcing that middle zone and those middle attackers a little bit more, not trying to rely quite so heavily on the high out of system balls, as the block is fiending on it. Brickman with a big swing on the outside. An important one as well. Two blockers just that tiny bit late. And Brickman finds a way through. Aggressive serve. Boskovic again, this time from the pipe. Good feed up and a good speed there as well. Boskovic finding that in her wheelhouse against the blockers. Quick to the outside, off hands. Was there a touch there? No touch called. Eczacibasi to take it. And they've established a 2-point spread now in the points. Tight ball, handled well, goes to the right side, into the block, and how about that? Right back where it came from. Alexa Gray getting the majority of that. I think I saw Jackie Sal just looking around in the air. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is, on the floor on the other side. Shaheen. Big service ace out of the setter. She was part of that VNL gold medal winning team of Turkey in 2023. And that's forcing a timeout. 8-4 Eczacibasi. And that serve right there is exactly, well, the face says it all from Boskovic, but that's exactly what Eczacibasi have been doing really well. They've been serving strong, but it's kind of like a deep serve followed by a short serve followed by a left and then a right, and they're really making the reception think about where this ball's going every single time. Then you see that followed up by a deep serve. Oh, Prometey responding well to that one, asking for a touch. And it looks as if Boskovic might have just admitted to it in the background. Some sportsmanship there by one of the best opposites in the world. She must have full confidence in her team to come back from that point. Prometey not first forced to call for a challenge, so at least the match won't be slowed down in that regard. All the benefits that come from a challenge sometimes can be negated by how long it might take, especially if you're the team that has the momentum. The last thing you want to do is lose it because of time delay. Eczacibasi was still a 3-point lead. And there you go. Honesty is apparently the policy. As Eczacibasi get that point right back in their pocket. Alexa Gray, Champions League bronze medalist from 2021. Tough serve. Ball goes off the hands and out. But there's a touch at the net somewhere, and looks like it's been given to Prometey's side, so the point will go the other way. Let's have a look at this again. Ah, there it is, the left hand of the attacker, Marta Durpa. So the ball goes back to Alexa Gray for the serve. She was actually the best outside hitter of the NCAA in 2015, graduated out of BYU in 2016. Oh, what a block, what a block. Has there been a point? It looked like the ball was called down. I thought I heard a whistle and saw a point already awarded. It was. Excellent swing out of Eczacibasi. Looked like some decent defense over there. Question is, will Prometey ask for the challenge or will we move on? Yes, there it is. Challenge requested. The first one of this set. Now the whistle was blown mid-rally. That ball was called down. So the question I believe that's being answered right now is whether or not the ball was in fact down. It's quite a quick whistle, so I don't know what you saw from where you're sitting at home, but it did look like that ball was down and Eczacibasi kind of stopped playing. Both teams knowing in their heart of hearts what really happened. Well, the ball was called in. No question there. It was just whether or not it was on the floor or not. From where we're sitting, I think you'll agree with me that ball did indeed touch the floor. So on we go. Eczacibasi take the point. It's 11-5. Gray back to serve. Ball's going off the hands and going back outside. Another big swing and a recycle. Prometey again, same attacker, but the blocker's relentless at the net. Jackie Sal moving with so much efficiency back and forth across the net. It's 1, 2, and then 3 blocks in a row. That one belonging perhaps mostly to Boskovic, but it's a team effort out there at the net. Gray again, Challenger Cup winner of 2019. Ball's going over, free ball situation, easy for Eczacibasi to use, and yes, they will. Getting that middle fired up again. Sinead Jackie Sal, the best spiker, in fact, of Champions League in 2016. Gets up, is early, finds a way to go deep into the corner, always. 9 times out of 10, that ball's going to score. Another tough serve from Gray, and it's the middles action on the other side. Dorsman makes something happen and using a very different attack than the one Eczacibasi just showed us. Here's the one in front and creating some space. So you see the blockers on Eczacibasi's side kind of diving in together to close it up, but it's too fast. Prometey giving away a little too much at the end line. They have been trying to up their service pressure, but what Eczacibasi's done well is keep that balance. So with the pressure and a few errors, they're also getting those aces. Prometey hasn't established those aces yet. Great block at the front court. No touch called this time. Boskovic given the signal that not even a pinky fingernail tagged it. There's another look at it. Timeout at 15-6.
What do you have to start with arrows here in the front end? What is this, man? It's professional, man. I think it's your choice in the attack. Now it's the problem. Our choice in the attack. I want to see our choice. We don't have choice in the side out. We have the good situation, but we don't take. Understand? Allez, die.
Ivan Petkov in his 4th season with this team, who helped Bulgaria win the Challenger Cup in 2018, getting them into the VNL. Struggling with keeping his team in check right now, asking a little more from them, some better decision making. Free ball opportunity for Eczacibasi. Fast to the outside, off the block and going again. Same spot and same block. A much better result for Prometey. Heavy swing on the outside. Voronkova, the 28-year-old Russian, tries 2 times in a row to get past the ladies in red. Well, that's a good response from Prometey after chat with their coach. Buchman gets some bodies on the floor in the defense. It's Baladin back in for the reception. Tight play at the net. Eczacibasi on the right side. It's Boskovic trying to get bodies on the floor. Here goes again Prometey. 3rd touch, tight at the net, jousting play. Quick to Stefanovic, who is shut down. Good quick movement, and you see there the number 7 Dorsman taking that step early. She's starting to read and predict the game as well. More balls are going to middles in those opportunity moments. Great dig, ball's going back on the right side. There's the tip, Boskovic underneath it. Bump set to the outside. Powerful play from Voronkova down the line. Before playing in Eczacibasi, Voronkova only ever played in Russia. Big swings, and she loves a nice high inside ball like that. You see her turning down the line despite there being blockers in front of her. That's just a bit of shoulder movement. Eczacibasi, are you kidding me? That is excellent play. Tough serve. Gets the overpass, and then watch this little move right here. Just the wrist from the setter, Arif Shaheen. Excellent body control. And the power comes twice in a row. Boskovic with the ace serve, nailing one down the line. It's just another day at the office. It's an 18-8 lead. Time for some changes on Prometey's side. Captain Boskovic back to serve again. This time handled better. Prometey going again for the 2nd swing. It's quick to the middle behind, off the defense of the blocker's arms. Run down. But a good choice by the setter of Prometey. Dorsman, who actually played in Sports Academy Prometey last season. For that, Russia, Poland, as well as Baku. It's back to serve it, 9-18. Finds Baladin. And Stefanovic finds the floor. Stefanovic was the best middle blocker of the VNL in 2022. She's played a fair amount of volleyball in her day as well. Milano last season, Busto, Scandici, and Casamaggiore before that. How about another ace serve? Dropping like flies are these service aces. Number 10, Yaprak Erkek. 22-year-old Turkish outside hitter joining the ranks of ace servers. And the lead continues to grow, 21-9. Eczacibasi proving why they are and continue to be one of the best teams in the world. Deeper serve gets that overpass. Disciplined is Stefanovic. Another ball coming back over, and again this swing, this time from the pipe for the youngster, doesn't land. Free opportunity, tight to joust. Good play. Prometey still in it on the outside. The swing from Milenkovic gets it done. The MVP of the Ukrainian Super Cup. A little bit of scramble play there on Eczacibasi's side. Trying to get back into position was Stefanovic after swinging from behind on that slide. Then to get back into the middle zone. Took that couple extra seconds to get things organized. Prometey with a good serve. Situation handled by Eczacibasi, and the setter. Well, no surprise there that weapons are all over the court. Talked about the hitters. Let's talk a bit about the setter, Elif Shaheen. Watching, waiting, anticipating. And that is why she is one of the best in the game. Was the best setter, in fact, the World Club World Champs just recently. Stefanovic from the backcourt, scrambling play. That's Prometey. Another point on the board. That is a huge deficit to catch up at 22-11. Just wonder. Big swing, it's inside the block. Must have been a touch on it. Ball's called Prometey's way. Milenkovic. She was the best server at the World Champs under 23. It was back in 2017. Still got a nice floater on her. Speaking of execution, Hande Baladin with the finesse right over the block. Baladin, one of those players, she can get that hard-driven ball, but she'll also just find ways to score really crafty with her attack. He drops that ball for the serve. High ball outside. Baladin, a bit more heat on it and going off the blockers. Baladin played in Eczacibasi since 2019, actually on and off really since 2013. But in between there, stint at Galatasaray as well as Serie A. And back to her old stomping grounds. Set point. Eczacibasi with the tough serve again. Ball goes to the right side and off the block, staying in play. Staying in the court. And keeping Prometey in this set. Salve reaching to the outside to try and close things up. Just enough space for the ball to pass through the arms. Still set point, Eczacibasi. Ball is tight, and Prometey take the point. A fast move at the net. Great reactions, and that overpass. Putting some pressure now on the Eczacibasi reception. Better ball in. Baladin with a slice from the right side. Prometey trying to tip it. Boskovic on the floor. It's still up. Another opportunity, this time from the right side. Handled well. The pipe off the block, and it's not coming back. The final point scored. Jabrak Erkerk. A young outside hitter throwing that ball aggressively into the blockers. Dorsman doing all she could with a hand. Not enough as the ball falls. So the second set goes the way of Eczacibasi, and quite some style. The first set 25-15, the second 25-13. Looks like 20 and 22 minutes respectively. So Eczacibasi have come here to do exactly what is on the scouting report, and that is win at all costs. Let's have a look at some of the stats from this second set. 3 aces to 1, 5 blocks to 3, so that's a big improvement. 11 attacks to 9, and 6 errors given up by DNIPRO. And I don't know if that stat could possibly be correct, but 0 errors committed by Eczacibasi. That is a huge statistic. 0 errors. Someone's going to have to go back and double check that work. Well, not much really changed between set 1 and set 2, especially if you're Eczacibasi. As far as they're concerned, their serving improved, their blocking improved, their every part of the game just stepping up that little bit more. So I'm liking the way that Eczacibasi is playing. They're comfortable, they're calm, they're really just leaning into what works for them, and that's their strategy, is find ways to get the ball on the floor. We've seen them with that hard-driven ball all around the court. We've seen them serving with variety, so short balls, long balls, wide balls. We've also seen the Boskovic fans in the building. Love to see it. We've also seen them cut down on their errors. 0 errors in that last set is not a statistic that you see very often. On the other hand, Prometey giving away 6 to their opposition. Blocking stepped up on Eczacibasi's side. 5 blocks compared to 1 the first set. Let's see if they can improve on that even further. Set number 3 underway, and it's a tough serve from Prometey to get started, but handled beautifully by Eczacibasi to bring things back into play. And how about a big block to finish it? Alexa Gray diving over to the net, low and tight, aggressive with the shoulders. Turning an unfortunate looking and point into it. 1 on the board for her team. Great response from Prometey. They need more of that, so they've tried a few different ways to score. Now we see some fresh faces on the court as well. Anastasia Maevska through the middle, the 22-year-old Ukrainian who's only actually ever played in Ukraine. All going up against this big Eczacibasi side. Gray. Springy off the floor. An excellent move there, and it's got to be credit there as well to Beza Arici, who just pops up, holds the block with her. Watch there. And very little on the outside, slowing down Gray. She had basically a free net. Oh, diving off the hands. Coming in play again. Good pickup. Tuna Ibuke keeping things in play. Thumb set to the outside. Gray over the hands. High ball set to the outside, and the blockers doing the damage. Not done yet, and a second opportunity into Boscovich's window. I'll take that gladly. Prometey, now the struggle for them is to keep the hope alive, keep the pressure, keep finding ways to get the ball onto the floor, because Eczacibasi's making it so tough right now. The mental challenge tougher than anything else. Great joust, comes back on Eczacibasi's side. Deep into the corner, Gray will get it done. Alexa Gray helped win the Italian League in 2023 with Corneliano, a name you'll know well if you're following the Champions League. And there's exactly why. She's not a showy player, just finds ways to put the ball on the floor, that time deep into the corner. Another massive block out of Boscovich. Boscovich standing at 194 centimeters, and almost 10 of them probably over the net there at the top.
You can try to look at that, but now you must go for the set when the middle is there too much. Understand?
First time out of the set for Prometey. 5-1. Need to find ways to get past the block. The block has been steadily improving on Eczacibasi's side, and they're really finding ways to frustrate their opponent. Great serve. Out of system play. Good move to get things in. Gray picks it up. Here comes the pipe from Eczacibasi off the hands and out of bounds. Great over-the-shoulder play. Voronkova from the backcourt. We haven't seen a whole lot of her in that zone. But again, tough swinging, just targeting the blockers in front of her, able to use that over-the-shoulder action. Prometey looking for some power of their own on the right side. Ready to serve. Meanwhile, in comes Yevgenia Kober, the 22-year-old Ukrainian outside hitter. Played in Prometey last season as well. Maevska, European Golden League winner in 2023. Good diving attempt there from Szarhorodska. There is a lot of power on that ball. It's a great, proven a bit of variety in her attacks as well from the right side. Plenty of snap and angle on it. 7-2. Sort of getting the setter off the net. No worries though. Good aggressive swing on the outside. Power through that little bit of space. It's Kober getting the best of the blockers on the Turkish side. Goria Danshak, 24-year-old Ukrainian opposite, now serving. Gets the libero moving for Eczacibasi. But movement or not, Boskovic is ready to score. Jana Boskovic, best scorer of the European champs in 2021. Beyza Arici, 28-year-old Turkish middle blocker, playing with Eczacibasi since 2017. Gets the overpass for her team. And it's Varonkova to eat it up. Just one step, and the discipline it takes to observe that ball coming towards you. Take a little baby step back so you know you have space from the net, and then go full attack. That's how you stay out or avoid that net touch. One-on-one, Boskovic. Let him know she is unstoppable right now. Have a look at the movement there. Barely makes one step, goes diving over and into the angle. It's the Boskovic show. Another defensive play. Eczacibasi using the outside. The tip throw looking good. And Stefanovic this time, the Serbian superstar. Excellent read on this ball, coming through the middle, sees what the setter wants to do, shuts it down immediately. Timeout call at 11-3.
Confidence to play. Now is the moment. Play, show. Nice.
Had a few coaches over the years, and I always wonder what coaches are expecting of their players when they say things like, it's time to go, now's the time. It's been the time since the very first point. Prometey know what they have to do. The difficulty is delivering, especially against a team like Eczacibasi. There is so much. You have to work so much harder just to get 1 point. They're used to playing in the Ukrainian league. Teams like Eczacibasi do not exist in the Ukrainian league. It's difficult to play at this level until you get to this Champions League match. Hard to train for this. Well, something must have been spurred there. Big swing by Dorsman. Dorsman helped her team win the Eczacibasi, or excuse me, the Azerbaijan League in 2018. Kober with a tough serve and cleaning it up at the net. Milenkovic finding a way to get some things done. Well, that's the response exactly that the coach was asking. Tough serve and then capturing a point at the net. Good defense. Chance now. Bump set. Means it's a free ball. Back to the middle. Stefanovic going over the shoulder. Zero regard for blockers or defenders. Danchak taking a big chunk of that in the defense. Good decision by Stefanovic. Saw her opportunity. Boskovic back to the line again. Put some pace on it. There's the tip from the middle behind. Dorsman takes a little something off it. Makes it difficult for the defenders. That ball dying a little inside. But eventually two players watching each other. Just a miscommunication. It's another point on the home team board. 6-12. The dropping serve on Gray. Stefanovic into the block and out of bounds. Good move by the Serbian middle. Looking like Eczacibasi's having some fun with it at this point. Kovac. Best server of the Russian league in 2018. No ace, but does force an error. And it's Prometey now trying to find something more. They haven't been able to score against that big block that's been shutting them down over and over. So now looking to go a little higher. Maybe look for some tips or rolls. Great ball in. Another big swing, this time down the line, and at the net is ready to go. Number 16, Raevska. Eczacibasi wondering if there might have been a touch just there. I think I saw some hands in the net. On we go. Shahorodska. Ball to the outside. Big swing, looking for the sideline, just wide, says Aybuke, 21-year-old Turkish libero. A couple more changes again. And about it in, back in for Gray in the backcourt. Stefanovic. Oh, excuse me, in the front court is Baladin. Good defensive play. Quick swing from Boskovic, asking for the floor. Doesn't need to ask too long. Great swing again. It's these out-of-system plays, and this is what differentiates a team like Eczacibasi, is when you're in system, anyone can look good. It's really easy to find lots of hitters in a lot of attacking zones, but when you're out of system, like that last play, the ball being set from the opposite side of the court, that's when Eczacibasi really shines. Stefanovic bringing some pace. On the right side. Swing from Danchak into the hands and out. An important one. Prometey trailing by 8 points. Trying to find something more here. Boskovic with the tip. To the outside, into the hands and out of bounds. Finding the setter, Alif Sahin. 190 centimeters of setter. Not a small setter by any means. Not a target in the front row. But looked like one arm, maybe not quite as solid as the other. Milenkovic gets a tight ball in, and there is making up for it, Shaheen. A couple times she's found that, making it look so easy again. A tall setter, she's up early with that left hand only, recognizing that the blocker on the other side, Maevska, was nowhere near easy pickings. Another big block and another big move for Eczacibasi in the right direction. Iza Adichie, the best middle blocker of the Turkish league in 2018, and she's got those arms really strong, finishing the ball to the floor. Eczacibasi continue. Looking for the touch. Was there one? Questions being asked. Perhaps a challenge. Yes, indeed, a challenge. Looking for a touch. Prometey's coach perhaps clutching at straws, but perhaps that was the moment. Can a change happen here? Can Eczacibasi be knocked off their post? They're looking pretty confident, pretty smooth in the direction of the end line. Indeed is the block touch off the middle's hand. Adichie not admitting to it immediately. Again, no need to. Forcing Prometey to take that challenge. Maevska on the serve. Well, it's a shame to see those points thrown away. And again, if you're watching and you listen and watch with an open mind, you know that the servers are trying to put pressure on the other side, but errors creeping in like that, always tough. Boskovic taking a seat, fresh legs on A 19-10 advantage for Eczacibasi. Looking to close it out in 3 sets. Can they do it? Well, Prometey still got some fight left. Quick action there from Dorsman, just the left hand. Didn't even have to take a swing at it, but the quick cutoff makes it tough for the blockers. 11 trying to catch up to 19. Good serve, but even better set. That time to the outside. Blockers slowing it down, but not stopping it. Yaprak Erkek, part of the block there. The young outside hitter in for Boskovic on the right side. Here comes Danchak again. Helped you win the Ukrainian Super Cup this year. Big pickup. Milenkovic trying to find a touch. Defense is good. Bumps that out of system to the fresh player on court, Erkek. And the discipline paying off for Eczacibasi. Voronkova thinking she might want to go up and attack that. Just waits until it's the right moment. Have a look at this again. It's just in the plane. Voronkova gonna take it with the hands instead. Horodska getting a little greedy at the net. Going into the airspace of her opponent. Another heavy swing, touch on the defense from Baladin. Stefanovic slowing it down. And again, good to see a team like Eczacibasi still making all-out hustle for these plays. And that's just showing you how they're training day in and day out. The reason they're not giving up on a single ball is because that's just their state of play. That is the norm for a high-level team. They will have trainings and points that are given based on effort as well as winning points. There's so much to be said for a team that hustles more than a team that's skilled. If you got a little bit of both, jackpot. There's a bit of that skill and hustle. Stefanovic up early, ready for her setter to fire that in. So she just has to take barely a step off the net. Doesn't really have a whole lot of space to work with, but nevertheless, she is up and available as one of the attackers. Again, sign of a team that gives nothing up for free. Swing from behind, this time Prometey using the middle attacker deep into the corner. Nice high, wide set. Dorsman. Looks for Voronkova. There's the tip from Stefanovic, handling the situation in the air. Not the perfect set for her, not the excellent set situation, 100% perfection, but hey, that's the way to score. You're in the air, you're falling backwards, you just tip it. Stefanovic taking her seat. Eczacibasi now 2 points away from the win. Voronkova in the driver's seat. Big swing out of the outside. Baladin with some finesse. Ball still in play. The blockers looking to do something on the right side. But it's a power play that allows Prometey to keep themselves in this set. Change has been made. Yasemin Yildirim, the 29-year-old Turkish middle blocker, in for Stefanovic, just 1 step late on the block. Good ball to the outside. Baladin threatening violence on the outside with an absolute whip of an arm. Baladin, part of the Olympic team in Tokyo with Turkey that finished in 5th position. Match point for Eczacibasi. Ball pushed down the line, but kept in play. Baladin on the outside, recycled, and it doesn't make it over. So Prometey lived to see another day. One of the best servers for her side, an Olympic bronze medalist in 2021 with Serbia. Goes down the line to the right side, off the hands, and that will do nicely. Eczacibasi cleaning it up. 3 sets to 0. They had one mission and they have accomplished it. Get that win on the board and get themselves in a position to play one more match at home. Using the middle on the final play. Excellent move. And it's Arici to finish it off for Eczacibasi. Well, if you've been following from the beginning of this match, you'll know things were pretty much always in the pocket of Eczacibasi. They were certainly the
From Eczacibasi
favorites.
Dynavit ISTANBUL, Turkey, number 15,
Jovana Stevanovic getting the MVP nod. She had a fantastic match offensively and defensively, as well as a little bit from the service line. Certainly one of the veteran players on this side. Stefanovic, the middle blocker out of Serbia, 31 years old. Champions League gold medalist in 2016, now working her way to get her team in a position to challenge for another medal in this year's Champions League. In order to do that, they need to one more win at home next week against this team. And if they do, they will be moving on to the final 8 teams. Well, there you go. 25-15, 25-13, and 25-16. No one of those sets took more than 22 minutes. Eczacibasi not messing around. Here is the final scoreline. 8 aces to 2, 11 blocks to 5, and the errors given up. 14 were given up by Prometey. That is not the way to play a team like Eczacibasi. You gotta steal everything you can. No freebies. And in fact, it was Eczacibasi doing that. How about 8 aces and 11 blocks? Well, it all started with some really tough serving. We saw that from the very first set. That was the strategy. Eczacibasi from really, really tough for Prometey to get in their rhythm, to use all of their options, and that just makes it easier for the blockers to back it up. So service and block, that was the strategy for Eczacibasi. For Prometey, well, they tried a few other things, some tips, some rolls, but ultimately unable to get any sets off this tough Turkish side. Thing about Eczacibasi on this match is it wasn't a one-sided match. It wasn't one player doing all the damage. Fantastic choices made by Lev Shaheen. She used her outsides. She used them in the front row and the back row, a little bit of pipe. Of course, she used Boskovic. Powerful opposite, one of the best in the world from pretty much everywhere on the court. And she definitely got her middles involved early and just kept stringing them throughout the match, making it really tough on the blockers of Prometey, who, well, didn't really have a response for this Eczacibasi side. This home match held in Romania, of course, in lieu of all the things happening in the Ukraine. Not the time nor the place to be hosting a volleyball match, so we really appreciate Romania, and you see that they are proud to be a second home to this Ukraine team. An incredible image there. Just goes to show how sports, and volleyball specifically, can span the entire world. It's not about politics. It's not about power. It's just about people. And that is exactly what you see here today. Well, a 3-0 win for Eczacibasi here over Prometey, and one more match stands between them and the final round of this Champions League season. It's been an absolute pleasure hosting you here today. I hope you'll tune in for all the matches of Champions League happening in the next few weeks. We're getting down to the wire. And as a reminder, teams that are already advanced are Vera Volley Milano, Savino del Bene Scandici, and of course Conegliano of Italy. On the Polish side, Łódź and the Turkish squad Fenerbahce are so far already qualified to the next round. In addition to these two teams you saw here today, there are 4 other teams hoping to secure a spot. We've got the German teams, Potsdam and Stuttgart, facing off, as well as the Turkish powerhouse Vakifbank facing Polish Rzeszów. Only 3 more spots up for grabs. Those are going to be decided by this time next week. Well, wherever you're watching from, we hope that you've enjoyed this match, and there's lots more to come before this season's over. But for now, a 3-0 win is Eczacibasi over Prometey. My name's Key Michael. It's been a pleasure hosting you. And from all of us here,
Good evening and congratulations. How it was today?
Thank you. It was a good game for us. We play really good block defense and we serve really well. But the most important thing is we won as a team, and I hope this will be also in future, because when we play like a team, this is our power. Sorry?
What about your supporters?
Yes, Turkish supporters are really amazing. So thank you.
some important words there from Ivana Stevanovic, nodded as the MVP of this match, and she pointed out there an important thing, that Eczacibasi, when they play as a team, like the Serbian national team, all players involved, and that's when they are playing at their absolute best. Well, it's been a pleasure hosting you today. I hope you've enjoyed all the volleyball. A 3-0 win for Eczacibasi. I'll leave you with these images of the match, but for now, from all of us here at the CEV, my name's Key Michael. We'll catch you on the next one.